Virgo, it's time for you to spring into action. What is going on? Lovers came out first. Two of Swords. Ten of Swords. Woo. Three of Swords. Something feels a little bit... I like this feeling. When I was a kid, my mom used to watch these crime shows. Oh, God, I couldn't stand them. I can't remember what channel it was. I don't know if it was A&E. I don't know. But they used to play a bunch of different, the old shows. They used to play like Remington Steele. They played Murder, She Wrote. What was the one with James Gardner? Was that who it was? Yeah. Oh, I can't think of what they... But it was a whole bunch of them. There was Columbo. I can't remember if it was Magnum P.I. It was like this series of shows. They were like back to back. And I was just like, oh. And one day I kind of like started to watch a few of them. A couple of them I was like, you know what? They're not too bad. But I really learned to love Columbo. I love Columbo. Peter Falk. Okay. Many of you, if you've ever seen the movie, Princess Bride, okay, Peter Falk was the grandfather that was narrating to Fred Savage, the little boy, okay, that amazing, really, really cool, funny, unusual fairy tale, okay. Peter Falk was Columbo. Okay, so Columbo was this detective. And he looked haggard. He seemed he seemed stupid. Okay? He didn't seem like he was very intelligent. You're like, why is this guy a detective? He wore this, like, long, I don't know, raincoat, like a tan, long trench coat. He just looked kind of sloppy. He talked kind of funny, But that was Columbo. Okay? And whenever he was investigating something, he would do certain things a certain way. And he would seem like he was forgetful. And he'd be like, play dumb. And a lot of times, like, killers or these criminals would be like, I'm going to get over on this guy. This guy's like, he don't know what he's doing. We're good. We're going to get away with this. And just when you didn't realize it, he had everything figured out. And it was just like, oh, how? He was so intelligent. He was so slick. He was so shrewd. He was good. I come to love the show Columbo, and I love Peter Falk because of it. He played it so incredible. All right? That's what I'm getting here. Somebody may have been playing like, I don't really know what's going on. Yeah, I'm kind of naive. I'm a little slow. Not at all. Okay. Somebody has caught on to somebody's BS. All right? And they're not having it anymore. Okay? Somebody may have been, pretending or playing. So somebody was trying to kind of feed you this story or this nonsense. And you've kind of caught on to it. And you're like, you know what? Nope. It's kind of like that. Okay? You have this Three of Cups here. Somebody could have been drawing somebody in order to catch them. Success. Yes. Excuse me. The problem with that is you have to be patient. You have to be patient. In order to catch the killer, in order to catch the bad guy, in order to catch the liar, in order to catch the thief, sometimes you have to wait. It can take a long time. You have to have patience. It's hard work. It's hard work to pretend to be something. Or to not even necessarily pretend. It's just hard work. Sometimes you may take people's insults. People not taking you seriously, taking you for granted. And then one day, boom. I was this all along. Why didn't you know? Well, maybe you weren't even paying attention. You weren't paying attention. I've worked hard to get here. I've worked so hard. And I'm not taking any of this nonsense anymore. I know exactly what you were doing. I know exactly what you were doing. All right. Oh. Knight of Cups, Eight of Swords. What is this? This is completely different. I'm hearing, I'm not hearing the actual meaning of this song or however it's interpreted or why it was written a certain way. Okay? So this has nothing to do with the song in and of itself. So don't pay attention to the lyrics. I mean, some of the lyrics may actually resonate. I don't know. I can't remember. I can't remember the lyrics, but it was Rage Against the Machine. You got to take the power back. Somebody's taking their power back. And that's the only thing that I'm actually hearing. Come on, come on. You got to take the power back. Somebody's taking their power back. They're no longer in this energy. That's why the energy feels so weird. They're no longer like this. You know what? I'm moving on. Somebody's changing something. I'm getting something about charisma. Charisma. I feel like somebody is using less emotions to do something. And they're becoming a lot more skilled in something. This is very, very general. And that's because it's going to fit into, it's going to check a number of different boxes for different people. Okay. We're not going to condense this. We're not condensing this reading. We're not putting this reading into a box and saying this is about somebody's marriage or anything like that. Or this is about somebody's job. We're not condensing it like that. We're leaving it open because this can be interpreted however. Okay. This is very, very general. Now, in doing this, there's a moon. And you have the Magician. Somebody is seriously, sincerely changing something about themselves. The way that they operate, the way that they do things. Okay? They're understanding themselves a lot better. And they're actually understanding human nature a lot better. Somebody's realizing something. Okay. Transparency. Something about transparency. Somebody's realizing some of that is just a little bit too overplayed. They're realizing they need to be a little bit more reserved about certain things. All right. Now, what about this Magician? It's like the Hermit staring at me. The Sun. Somebody's learning to find happiness within themselves. So here's what I'm getting. It's like this. This is an example. This isn't the story. This isn't the story how I'm seeing it. This is just an example. Okay? However this resonates for you. Let's say you've liked somebody for a very long time. You waited for them. You were doing something to attract them. Whatever it was. After a certain amount of time, You did not realize that that person was teaching you. And a lot of times that's what we don't understand, is that some of the most hardest and most painful lessons and people that were in our lives that were such a challenge are the greatest teacher we ever had. That person actually helped you to transform yourself. And you learned a lot about human nature from that person. Okay? You also learned that there's actually other things out there that can make me happy. And not that particular person. You know what? I've outgrown that person. I've outgrown that way of being. It's not even attractive to me anymore. I can find other things that's going to make me so incredibly happy. So much happier. Matter of fact, I've actually learned to make myself happy. So I don't need to focus in or zero in on somebody in particular. I don't really like them anymore. I did, but it just kind of happened. It's like that. Okay? You're no longer worried about it. Like, you know what? I have all this stuff out here. Everything I've been ignoring because I've been worrying about this. That's actually not even that valuable to me anymore. There's nothing there. Okay? Somebody's learned. It's very magical. I'm hearing that song, This Magic Moment. I'm only hearing the certain words or whatever from these songs. Okay? So what's in your future? Let's see. Because of this. There's that Hermit again. You're no longer fighting. I feel like the tables are turning. Somebody's going to be fighting for your attention. Somebody's going to be fighting for you now. Don't let that get to your head. Two Cups. This kind of came out, but it was more like the, oh. It's more in the upright, see? It's more in the upright. Judgment. Two Cups. I'm getting it as in the flow of the universe. You're learning to flow with the universe. And I'm getting that something or someone or however is now going to be fighting for your attention. The tables are turning. All right, baby, you ready for this? That's it. You definitely caught somebody's attention. You're going to be receiving a call. In the next year, you're going to be receiving the call, being open to the call, stepping into your calling. And you're realizing whatever that was that you wanted so badly was actually holding you back. But it was actually nurturing you, teaching you, helping you to grow into whatever it is that's actually pushing you into your calling. Or a better fitted or suited relationship. Not only with yourself, but with others too. It's magical. All right, Virgo. I love it. There we go. Good for you. All right, that's it. Why don't you give me a thumbs up, please? And subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Hit your notification bell so you're notified every time I upload a new video. Let's not forget that this reading may not make sense to everyone. And that's okay. There's two reasons. There's a couple different reasons. It's because it simply isn't yours. If it makes no sense to you, if everything I just said made no sense, it's not yours. Don't try to make it fit. If it ain't that, then be more subjective to it because it just hasn't happened yet. It just hasn't happened yet. And when it comes, you're going to realize it. Okay? All right? So we don't fit ourselves into things. If it's confusing, it's not yours. Just let it go. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. All right? Whoever this reading is for, they're going to be like, oh, it's going to be like, oh, yes. Oh, that's mine. Oh, my gosh, yes. It's going to speak to you. All right? That's it. I'm going to be holding off for a little bit for one private readings. I need a break. I have a lot that I'm working on, so. So, that's it. All right. I'll see you around, Virgo. Good luck.